So this is going to be a random. I don't know what it's going to be about, but I felt led to do this. So I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to resonate. What spirit's trying to like work through me, whatever. But yeah, just came to me. The message just came while I was on the phone with my sister. I was telling her about a situation that I was dealing with, struggling with attacks and things like that. So um, yeah, she was like, I don't like how that person, how that person was talking to you. I don't like that, blah blah blah. And she started going into tongues or whatever. Like she started speaking in tongues, and I was releasing as she was doing it. I was releasing the attack. Like you could feel it. You could tell when people are sending you negative energy or through their words, through their actions, through their looks. So the words were sent at me and it was like an attack. And at first I felt it like my face got really flustered or really hot. Like I felt it. Then it went down to my heart chakra and it felt like a pain in my heart chakra. So I knew it was an attack. Um, anyway, she started speaking in tongues and I heard this is a season of tests. So how I feel like spirit is bringing this to me before I even pull any cards or anything like that. And I spoke of this before. We have to be mindful of attacks, but we also have to be mindful of how we handle things. Whether we get in, go toe to toe with the negative energy, or do we just let it go or stand in a peaceful position or not. That's up to us how we handle it. It really is. So me how I'm learning because I went through like a big test recently, like a week ago to now. I went through a big test. How I handled the situation. Did I feel like I handled it in the best way all of the way? No, I feel like I was a little bit in my ego and I had to let that go. Worrying about, um, like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I feel like I'm in the position where I'm doing the right thing or what have you. And I'm only sharing this because I feel like this is going to help somebody with their experience. That's the only reason why I'm sharing this. So, fast forward to this week. I was like, God, why are you doing this to me? Like, this feels like an injustice. I didn't do anything wrong. Why are you doing this to me? And that victim mentality, why is this happening to me? Rather than, okay, what are you trying to show me? And I was on the phone with my sister at the time and I was like going, I was crying because I was already triggered all day. So I was crying and like freaking out, having a fucking meltdown. I was like tripping. And she was like, you talk to God. Like, get off the phone with me and talk to God. And I was like, well, I don't understand what's up. Like, I was just spiraling out of control, right? So eventually I got it together. And I had to talk to one of my other sisters to kind of help me, like, kind of breeze through it. Because when you're in the midst of the trigger and, like, it's the tower moment. The tower moment is like everything's like, oh my God, like you fall out the fucking tower and it's the tower is on fire. You really don't know what just happened, what's going on. It's catastrophic, right? It's not until the dust settles, until the smoke clears that you're able to like see things clearer. So yeah, I let it go. I'm like, okay, this is my ego. My ego wants to control how this is going to play out. My ego is also lacking in, like I'm lacking in faith right now. I'm allowing my ego to control me. So let me like breathe and just like fucking forget about it. However it's supposed to go, it's supposed to go. I know that I did the right thing. So I know that if I did the right thing, God is never going to, the universe or whatever, if I acted in good place and standment, because I can only do what I could do in my position. Other than that, the other shit going on behind the scenes is not my control. So I have to take a step back. Also, how the other person treated me, that's not my problem. That's their own issue that they're going to have because it has nothing to do with me. So um, I ended up being the bigger person and apologizing for my part that I may have played by being rude or speaking out of terms about the situation where I should have been, but Also at the same time, like, okay, well, this was a situation that taught me how to speak up for myself and stand in my power. And at the same time, get over my ego of how I'm going to look to a person. I'm going to look stupid because this person doesn't deserve my respect after saying this and such and this about me. Like, why would I do that? But I know that, like, what I'm supposed to be doing and what God called me to be and to do is not to be like up in my ego, like tearing people down. Um, After, like, whatever, I'm gonna still say this again in spirit. If it's not for me to say, I'm not gonna say it. But just know that if you're doing the right thing, worry about yourself and know that you're good. How other people treat you and how they respond to you is none of your business. That's something that they're gonna have to deal with on their own. It has nothing to do with you. So do not take things to heart. And I actually pulled cards earlier, and one of the cards was take no offense. So don't take offense to shit like that. Like, that's something that they're dealing with, has nothing to do with you. Separate yourself from and get out of your fucking ego. And that's what I did. So I'm going to do this reading because I was guided to do it. If you guys are dealing with any type of ego, people attacking you, talking shit about you, you can't do nothing right. Because when you deal with narcissistic people, nothing you do is ever going to please them. Like, you can't do enough to please certain people. So it doesn't matter. They're never satisfied. They're never happy. So you kind of have to just let it roll off your shoulders. Don't take anything seriously. You could kiss the fucking ground that they walk on and it's still not enough because you didn't kiss it at 2 o'clock when, it doesn't matter. So let that shit roll off your fucking back. And let's see what Spirit wants to say. And I'm going to ask Spirit to remove me out of this reading. Any ego, any energies that do not serve the message from coming through, I remove it. I block that energy out. I ask that this reading be filled with nothing but the Most High God's truth and accuracy. Ask for divine protection to surround this reading. If anyone has been attacked recently, like an ego, let it go. But if it's like you felt like, okay, I'll break it down. Like, you're being attacked on an energetic level by the way that you feel. If you feel it, like, you'll feel it in your solar plexus. It doesn't, like, something, it doesn't sit right with you. You'll feel a pain in your chest, like your heart drops type of feeling. Like, it's a difference between excitement or seeing something that shocks you. But when it's something being sent towards you that's like not of your heart, like, like it's an attack, it doesn't feel good like, it doesn't feel right. Like I said, I felt the attack. It started in, like, my face. Like, I felt the heat in my face and it dropped to my heart chakra. So it was an attack. Okay, I feel like it was an attack on my identity. It was an attack on my character, and it was meant to be an attack towards my truth. Basically, it hits you. There's different ways that people attack you, through their words, through their looks, through just energy being sent, period, with an intent. So you have to be mindful. If anybody has had that, I'm going to clear the energy out in the way that I feel guided to, because that's what I'm being led to do. Blow it out, like, blow it out, release it. it was a little resistance coming out of that. Um, don't just do it once. Do it how you feel led to, or how many times you feel led to. You can pray it off. You can set an intention. You can whatever you feel led to do. All right. Hopefully that helped, because I feel better. Like I'm telling you, like you gotta be mindful. And if I didn't have support, I would probably like be crazy. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. Okay. So it's okay. Like, and on top of that, we're clearing. So like some of this stuff is like divinely led. Like spirit allows things to happen for our highest good. Even if it was like an attack and it was on some dark energy, it's still going to serve divine's purpose. So it's like in the end, as they say, the light always wins. So it never no weapons ever prosper. You could send them, they're never gonna prosper. They're never going to. It's all good. We good over here. All right. We're going to start the reading. I talked your ear off long enough. What is the message, Spirit? What is the divine message? What is the divine message, divine Spirit? The message you gave me was, this is a season of tests. What does that mean? What are we meant to take from this? The collective that is meant to resonate with this message. I just saw the word conflict at the bottom of the deck. It's a lot of emotions. Emotional energy, waves of emotion, vast universe, and milestone. So when I see the vast universe card in this instance and milestone, to me, that represents expansion. Okay. Oh, wow. Because you carry crystals and wow. Yeah. I was about to say, like, that's an attack in itself. You know how it feels when people like trigger you trigger your belief, like they attack your beliefs, and you gotta be careful. And sometimes spirit does that just to test you, to see how much you believe in yourself and what your where your alignment is, where your connection is. So milestone, I feel like the milestone is bringing about a celebratory energy. Like it might feel like in the thick of the energy, that's why I say I love the Tower card. But when I look at it, when I think about it, I don't really like it, or my ego does not like the Tower card. But I do like the Tower card because it destroys anything that's based off of false foundation, and it reconstructs that which is better. The Tower needed to happen. That chaotic scene needed to take place. So I'm seeing the vast universe and milestone as you're expanding through your milestones, which represents growth to me. Milestone is like growth. So there's some sort of celebratory energy after or within it. Like it's something to, I wouldn't say celebrate, but I do feel like it's something that you have to trust and see the good in it. Because I kept saying, because yesterday I was triggered. I was like, why is God punishing me? And it's like, why would, like, what? Like, what did you do? Like, why would you say that? Because I was coming from a victim mentality. I was like having a fucking meltdown, emotional breakdown. Like, but I needed to let a lot of energy go. But it's like when we're in those moments, it's easy to think like, what the fuck? But you're learning something valuable. It's actually a blessing for what's happening because it's opening you up. It's breaking you wide open. It's opening you for expansion, if that makes sense. Planning and action. So yeah, again, this is like, to me, I'm not really getting planning and action. I'm looking at the map and I'm looking at it's like a pencil and a compass. So you're being guided. It's like you're moving from one phase into another. You're in a you're in a transitional period. You're not quite out of the past and not quite in So where you're lining up and where you're stepping into, you're still like present, and that's really where we need to be, is like here in the present, in the now. Because I feel like if you do that, you're gonna miss steps. You're missing what guidance is coming in. So maybe that's the planning and action, is like divine's plan versus, you know, the actions that we need to take, the guided or the universe, whatever you believe in. Victim mentality. Yeah, it's easy to be in that, but it's like, don't stay in that energy. As hard as it is not to like look at it like, oh, this is the only fucking reality, because it feels so real, because that's where you are in that moment. It feels real, but it's like, don't stay in that energy. And I feel like also this is a time for learning with those books there, and then the hourglass. This is a time of learning. You may feel stuck and restricted, but I feel like this is purging. There's water flowing in here. It's like this is emotional, like a lot of emotional energy, but at the same time, you're purging and you're releasing too at the same time. Family, friends, guides. So you're not doing this by yourself. You have family, which is, if it's your blood family, like that support you and help you through this period, whether it's soul family, whether it's friends, whether this is guides and your spiritual team on the other side, or all of the above, you have that support. Like, you're not by yourself, and spirit will work through people just to help you, however they're going to do that, whether that's trigger you, whether that support you, motivate you, uplift you. They're going to send people that's going to help you with this, shed light on things. Transformation. This is a cycle of transformation. Yeah, this is a cycle of transformation. I feel, watch your thoughts. Please watch your thoughts, dark thoughts, because you see this guy is about to go into this freaking maze of some bullshit, and then you got family. So I feel like this represents, like, you're in the spirit realm. It's like you might be very big and very powerful in the spirit realm, but at the same time, you have to look at yourself kind of as like provided and cared for, like a child, like in the eyes of your spiritual team, in the eyes of the universe. You know, you're provided for, you're supported and cared for like a child. I'm not saying that you're a child and you're a baby, but you guys, you have to keep moving. Like, this isn't an energy to sit and dwell in things. This is a time to purge and release and ask yourself, okay. And it's not easy, because it happened to me yesterday. Like I said, I was really dealing with some shit, but I was like, okay, like, it doesn't feel good to be in this energy. And I have to really get real with myself and say, like, I'm checking let me check myself. Why am I triggered? Why am I upset about this? Because I know that I did what I felt was right, and I feel like, and I know I didn't do anything to spite or hurt anybody. That's never my intention, unless I'm being shady sometimes. But when it comes down to certain things, I like to be ethical in the most way. Could I have learned to handle things differently or better? Yes. And I accepted that, and I acknowledged that. And I also had to remind myself again, like, why would I believe anything different? That spirit doesn't have my back. What do I need to take from this? What do I need to heal and release? Like, spirit was really working on my ass. Like, I'm telling you, like, you got to heal. We always have something to work on. It's never an ending thing. It's just, it is what it is. But don't be so hard on yourself, and don't get too caught up in what it looks like, because as easy as it is to see it in a negative light, you can easily switch it to see it in a better way as well. Because if you stay in that victim mentality, like I said, in this dark thought, it's just going to take you further and further into it. So I also feel like the season of test just represents, this is a season of doing the work. Like, test to me is like an exam, like how, like, you know, what we've learned and how we handle things, and Are we really ready? Because some of this is like too, like how I see this is like position. Whether this is positioned in like you guys want to step into doing, you know, whatever you feel is your life purpose, or you want to advance in your career, you want to help people, you want to whatever, like different things are important for people. So I'm not downplaying one or the other. Some people, you know, their goal is to marry or to meet their soulmate. For some, it's to graduate um, with, you know, certain degrees, or to do this or to do that. So whatever that is, it's like, are you really in a position to receive that? Because sometimes we have to, and this is the blessing, and this is what I'm getting. Spirit is like doing us a service, or your higher self, whatever you want to call the higher intelligence, is doing a service by helping you remove and release that thing that conflicts with where you're headed and where you're going, or what you're trying to manifest, or what you're aligning yourself with. So I'm like, I'm trying to be the president. I can't be in this mindset where I don't know how to handle authority, and I get easily um, discouraged under pressure, or you know what I mean? Like it takes a certain energy to handle being a president, right? So marriage, do we have trust issues? Are you someone that could maybe, I don't know, maybe you're used to being on your own, and you're not really used to sharing of yourself or giving, or are you too selfish to be in a relationship right now? Are you whatever it is? Do you have porn addiction? I don't fucking know. Whatever. I feel like what spirit is saying is like whatever it is that keeps you from that which you're like where you're headed, they're helping you to remove that and release those energies. So it's not a disservice, it's a service to you. So you have to think about it that way. So the attacks and stuff like that, like I said, I think it was Bleeding Rose. I can't remember who it was. I read your comment, and you said that someone at work, you know, they put in this, oh, I'm this. So what I've learned is that what you do and what you believe in isn't right, to trigger you, make you think, okay? Because that's happened to me before. Like, oh, this stuff that you do is the devil, and you might want to leave that alone, because it was some guy. I think it was, this was back in the day when I was like on like stupid shit. And anyway, this guy was telling me, he was like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "You know, I'm a reader. I'm a spiritual consultant, because that's what I do. I help people spiritually." And he was like, "Oh, my mom used to do that, and she went crazy. She went mental. She's in the crazy house now. That's the devil. Like, I wouldn't deal with that type of shit." And it made me like, for a second, it made me go, hmm. But it depends on the person, depends on the person's intentions, what they were reading into, what type of energies they were tapping into. Like, it's all about intent, because at the end of the day, these are just, they're paper, but they have images. But it's like we we empower the energies. Like, this is a sage bundle. Yes, it has properties and energies, but if I just like used it, it would just be something, a plant that I'm just fucking. It wouldn't be anything if I didn't put that intent to clear the energy, right? Let's say a candle. The candle is just a white candle until I say I want to put an intention for this into it, right? So yeah, I got triggered for a second, and then I had to remind myself again. But to say again, when that happens, that's fucking an attack. Like, we're entitled to our own belief systems and what we align ourselves with, and we really shouldn't tell people what they should believe in or what have you. But that was an attack on you and your beliefs. So also, again, it's testing you. Like, do you really believe in what you do, or do you still waver with that? Because at the time, to be honest, I was still going like within myself, like, okay, well, I grew up in church. Like, maybe this isn't something I should be doing. Like, because I was taught like I shouldn't be doing stuff like this. So it did kind of like trigger me again, like I said. But you gotta remind yourself of what you're doing and why you're doing it. But the energy of test, this is like work. This is perfecting something. The Eight of Pentacles is like, this person is highly skilled. They're perfecting their studies and what they've learned. Like I see this as like she's about to take an exam and she's about to pass her test with the Nine of Pentacles, because the Nine of Pentacles, like, I'm proud of what I did. Like, I passed the test. I did what I was supposed to do. Now I'm looking at the fruits of my labor. I'm still kind of waiting for my ships to come in. It's like that one last step before, you know, I took that last exam. I passed it. The next thing now I know is I'm going to graduate. I'm going to get my diploma or whatever it is. I feel like that's the energy of that, the Ten of Pentacles, where everybody's celebrating. This is like everybody's enjoying that energy. That's what I'm getting from this. This is where I would say, like, those of you that resonate with this message, you're at the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is also a Virgo energy. Virgos represent like the perfectionists. That's what they're mainly known for, and their hard work ethic. I feel like that's the energy that is being embodied, and also it's that grounded energy. It took time. This isn't something that just happens overnight. It's divine timing. All right. Page of Swords. Yeah, this is like learning, mastering something mentally. And she's looking back towards the Eight of Pentacles. So it's like, what have you learned? You're about to master something that you've gone through. How you handle situations, whether it be standing in your truth, standing in your power, whether it's practicing patience, whether it's practicing self-control, self-love, compassion for self, compassion for others. Whatever it is, you're about to master something specifically. And there's a reward. It's always like something rewarding. The fucking tower. Fucking tower. I should have known your ass is about to come out, because that's what this energy is. This is tower energy. What is happening? Why did this happen? God, why? The fuck? And then you get to the end of it and it's like, okay, I get it. I see why this needed to happen. I can't remember what comes after the tower. Somebody help me. I'm not completely here. Yeah, the tower is for everybody. But what comes after the tower? Is it the Hangman? Because I can't remember. Or is it death? I can't remember. Somebody help me. Okay. The star card. Okay. Thank you, Empress. The star. Thank you, God. So, thank you, Bleeding Rose. All right. So, what was it? My bi-weekly? No. Maybe it was a love reading. It was a love reading. It was a my love vibe reading, and the energy that I was channeling was hope and healing. That's what I get from the star card, is the energy of hope and healing. A reason to be optimistic. When you do your healing, you do your work, the more aligned you are with spirit, you start to get optimistic. You start to feel like, okay, this is like things are about to start working out in my favor. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where. Because the next card after the star is the moon, right? So the moon is that energy of like you're still in the middle. You really can't see everything. But you got to trust your navigation system. You have to trust God. And the illumination comes with the sun. Then what's next? The judgment card, right? Okay, well, we're about to test your ass. Okay, let's see. What have you learned from the past? Are you done with the past? Have you really let it go? Are you done? Do you heed to the call? Are you paying attention to the signs and synchronicities? Are you listening to the messages that we're giving you? And once you let that go, you're resurrected. You've released that energy. The world card comes, right? It's a story. That's why I love tarot, because it's like a story. It's the fool's journey. It's a story. But anyway, then you get to the world, right? That's the last major arcana card in the deck. That's where you're whole, you're complete, you've completed a cycle, you're done, you celebrate that energy. It's exhaustion, it's triumph, it's victory. Not only is it victory within the physical, it's a victory in the spirit, because all the angels and all the ancestors are present in the energy. So with the tower, it's like you're in the thick of it, you don't really get it. So today, I feel at peace. Like when I let that situation like just die down and I stop stressing and worrying about it and stuff like that, like, oh, what's gonna happen? Is this gonna like ruin something for me? Is it gonna mess things up? And I let it go. Um, and then that's when I noticed, okay, Spirit, you do have my back. Thank you for showing me this. So I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm gonna like confront the issue and do my part, say my piece, honor myself still, but still be respectful and integrity, and then just let it go. However this person responds to me, however they handle it is on them. It's not my issue. And of course it was still an attack back, but that's the thing, is like, okay, it's cool, that's on you. Like, you are in your energy, I'm over here, I'm at peace, because I made peace within myself and I made peace with Spirit. Like, I had to do what I needed to do. I did it. I'm good. Okay, you going about your merry way. I'm gonna do what I do. And I started seeing a lot of synchronicities and stuff. And I know that like I have to remind myself like Spirit has me. And that's another thing that I have struggled with sometimes, is faith and believing that everything is fine. Like, when has God ever fucked you over? Excuse my language, but when has that ever happened? When has my spiritual team ever played me? So it reminds me of one of my favorite Bible scriptures is, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So I had to remind myself of that. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. One of my other favorite ones. I had to remind myself of this to kind of push me through. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, I take the Bible as like not so much literal like history, but like metaphors and messages and words that, you know, they trigger certain things and energies, and you know, they help you through their words that you speak over your life to empower you and motivate you. That's how I see it. So I have to remind myself of that. So what I feel like you guys, when you get to that place, and if you already are there, like, continue to move forward. You can't stay in this energy. Like, it doesn't, like, what is it gonna do? Because I keep looking at these two cards. Like, if you stay in this energy, all it's gonna do is take you further and further into the abyss of bullshit. And it's not a good energy. It's not a good feeling. It's like being in the Eight of Swords and then it escalates all the way to the Ten of Swords, and you're just like depleted mentally and stuck in your ego. But let's see if there's anything else Spirit wants to say. I'm just going with what I'm led to say and do. This may not be the most orthodox reading. Okay, stop, number 34. This card has come out quite a bit. Where's my animal book? So you have two animals in here. You have like a group of penguins, and then you have a shark fin. From what I can see, there's 5 penguins here. 5s represent the energy of change. Penguins are birds. Birdies, where you at? Penguin. Okay, penguins represent following your dreams. It says, trust in your dreams. Now is the time to make it a reality. Use your creativity and imagination. Now is the time to act. So this shark, like, it's telling them don't do it, right? Stop, don't do it. So again, you have to remind yourself, like, you have to use your discernment. Like, where is this message coming from? Is this something that is trying to stop me that does not have my best interest? Are these people that are trying to stop me that do not have my best interest? Or is it, you know, within me something that I need to stop and, like, be present? And because for some of you, it could be like spirits like telling you, like, now is the time to pause because there's factors that you cannot see right now, and we're trying to protect you. Now is the time for you to go within and focus on your goals right now. Where do you want to be? And it doesn't have to be like big set goals. It could be, the goal for you could just be to be at peace with life, or to be at peace with yourself and your mind, or not to be in fear, or figure out how you're going to leave a negative job. Because I see some of you guys talking about that. Like, how can I get out of the situation? What do I need to do to set the intention to move forth? Like, what's the how to be proactive in the now, right? And for some of you, it's like, ask yourself, is it people or things, your own mind, that's telling you not to move forward, to stop you, to stagnate you out of fear? Sharks represent relentlessness. It says, senses are heightened. Use your relentless curiosity in pursuits and defense of your opportunities. Do not trust the instincts of others. Discriminate. That's what it says. Trust your own guidance, your own inner compass. Like, these penguins, they're using their discernment. They know whether or not they should go in that water with that shark. Like, they see it. You can see up ahead if something is not of your highest good. You have to use your instincts, your divine compass. And then, you know, you got the compass right here. I need to do my nails. My nails is fucked up, you know. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm gonna pull from these cards because these cards, they're really like, they look so simplistic. Um, but they're I love these cards too. Let me see. It's crazy. Um, yeah. Right. Sometimes we're meant, like, we trigger people. What was that meme? It was a meme. One of my sisters sent it to me today. It was an actress that posted it on her social media. And it was like, they're not intimidated, or you're not intimidating, your energy's not intimidating them. It's because they're intimidated by your energy. So you have to question. Another thing too that my sister says is like, she triggers people when she's being her authentic self. She triggers people that have not fully identified with their authentic self in some sense. So when you see people being in their truth and in their power, some people don't like it because they're not in their power, or they don't want others to, you know, especially if you're dealing with narcissistic people in your life. Like, you gotta learn the difference. And it is what it is. Like, that word gets thrown around so much. Narcissism, but I mean, it's a thing, but it's more of a spiritual thing. Like, these are people that are almost like has no type of heart, nothing. They just, it's like almost not in them to even have a heart or any type of compassion. This card flew out of that. Call your spirit home. So this is the card to me, is like, to be in connection and communion with your spiritual team. We can't be in this too much, right? There's a spirit room for a reason, just like there's a physical room. We can't be too caught up in one or the other. You have to have balance. And if you're too caught up in the physical and what it looks like, you're missing the rest of what's going on. Because not everything is what it seems. It's like, you have to find that balance. This card used to, like, when I pulled this one, this card fucking triggered me when I seen it. But it's like, get over yourself. But for real, it's like, I had to get over myself. I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like, this is an ego trip. Like, I'm like fucking stressing over something that I have, like, I shouldn't even be worried about. Like, this very minimal, very stupid. Like, because when you get in your ego, like, it fucks with your peace. It's like, it's not a factor. Like, it's no reason to be in it. So get over yourself is not like to be harsh. I feel like it's saying to really look at things from a different perspective. It's like, how are you viewing the situation? Say no. Say no to attacks, because, you know, the attacks, they come in. You know, the triggers, they come in, but you have to be like, no, I'm not going to be seduced by this energy. And I don't know, for some of you, I feel led to say this for some of you, not everybody, but it's like a person that comes around. There's a person that comes around that, like, you know, and I don't feel like it's romantic, but for some of you it is, like an ex or something that just comes in out of your life, or like somebody that you weren't really with, but it was like a situationship or something. But for others, it could be like family members and stuff that come around, and you know they're trying to get at you. And I just talked about this today. I was telling one of my sisters, and like I said in my other videos, I only talk you guys' ear off and share stuff like this when I'm led to, because I don't like to be sharing my business with shit unless I feel led to. But I was telling my sister that I have this family member that she always turns something into a negative conversation, and I've learned how to shift her out of that, like by like changing the subject in a way where, I don't know, it's like, could be like a little finessing that I do, but it's in good taste, right? Good intentions. Because she will be like talking about something like, oh yeah, so and so got married today. And then she'll try to attack you and be like, well, that's only because, you know, she's really doing things. And, you know, like, to attack you. Like, that's how she does it. So I've learned now to discern when she's about to say something stupid. And I'll be like, oh wow, did you hear about this? And change her whole fucking topic on her. You gotta have to do that. Like saying no can literally mean like telling people no, or it could be just like saying no to the energy with people, or just when something's a negative thought's about to come in or fear starts to come in, just tell yourself, okay, no, I'm not gonna feed into that. So yeah, I hope I helped you guys out. But another thing too, and I feel like I have to keep saying this, some people do not take offense because you cannot please people. You're not supposed to please. You're not here to please people, you know, per se, to like, how do I say it? Because we do things out of the kindness of our heart, and there's things that we do just to be nice. And I feel like nice is an energy of kind of giving away your power. Kindness is out of the like kindness of my heart, out of the purity of my heart and pure intentions. I'm doing this. I don't have to, but I want to. That's different than feeling obligated to do things for people because, oh, how are people going to think about this and look at this and blah blah blah. Like that's different. So it's okay to say no. And also, um, I felt led to say what I said to you guys because certain people will never be satisfied with no matter what you do. So you cannot take offense to it. That's their own problem, and that's a lot of what certain people like. Certain I call, again, narcissists. We're gonna call them what it is. They're never satisfied. I have a big one, and I'm not gonna say who they are in my life, but she's like that, and I have to know how to handle her. Since I was a child, it's like it's a thing that's not gonna. She's not gonna change that. So I have to learn how to handle my energy in it and not allow it to affect me anymore. The triggers and nothing I do is ever good enough. That type of thing because it'll fuck with you in your life. Like that's why you have to clear it because in your adult life you feel like, oh, no matter what I do, it's never good enough, and you beat yourself up. You cannot live your life trying to people please because for what? Like some people, they don't want to change. Some people just like to be right. Some people don't have compassion in their heart. Like this person, when they do hurtful things to people, they don't ever apologize. Like I'd be like, damn, like they'll like gloss over it by doing something to make you forget that they did something wrong, and it never gets addressed, and it never. So if you're looking for peace and you're looking for closure, you're looking for closure from certain people, like fuck it, forget it, for real. And like, yeah, this is coming to me. I have to share this because this is coming. It's like a revelation. Okay, so this card, how I was looking at it, I did see love. Then I also feel like that could be anything. That could be any type of energy. So, um, there was this person in my life that they would always come in when they wanted something from me, like, and they knew that I still had an attachment to them. They still knew that I had feelings for them. So it was easy for them to come in and like project, like, you know, I'm different, I'm better now, let's do this. And then they'll pull back, they'll draw back their energy again. It's like a cycle, it's a cycle that happens. I feel like there's a difference between a cycle of where people have to go through their own periods and stuff like that in their life where things are not right. It's not meant to be at the time versus where people just kind of like play these games with you where they're in and out, stringing you along type of energy. It's not going anywhere. It's not progressing. It's not growing. Like this person would like do stuff like that. And then when I would step into my power and be like, okay, I don't know where this is going, but I feel like I need to what is this? Like what's going on? And then when you do that, then like, oh, it's not like that. Actually, I changed my mind. Like the energy of it was like playing games with you, playing mind games. So when you cut something like that off, they'll come back again, and then it's like you did something wrong, and it makes you think, okay, well, what did I do wrong? I stood in my power, or I cut this situation off because it wasn't serving me, and this person is ignoring me. They're doing that, and then they hit you up when they want to hit you up. So it's like a game that certain people play. It's a narcissistic game. You guys have to be mindful because someone like that is around you. I'm pretty sure someone, because I wouldn't have said that for nothing. I'm pretty sure somebody around you like that. If it's not a romantic based situation, it's definitely a family member, a friend, could even be a coworker, but it's someone that is like this. where they play games with you, where they play nice with you, and the next minute you did something wrong, you can't do nothing right, and they're attacking you again. Yeah. So just be mindful, you guys. Do not feel bad for saying no. Like, no to that energy, no to the bullshit. Like, do not. Accept love. Accept love. And when it shows up, say thank you to that which actually comes. Show gratitude. Some of you guys may not even know how to accept good things because of this. Like, this is serious. This is the reason why spirits bring this up. This is not me just like trying to talk your ears off. There's a reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm seeing it because some of you don't know how to allow love to come in and to be receptive when it does. And it doesn't have to be romantic love. This could be people that just support you and have your back. Like, you'll be like thinking all type of crazy shit because it requires you to be courageous and open up your heart after that hard battle. This is like this reminds me of the Six of Wands and the Tarot. What comes before the Six of Wands? The Five of Wands. That battle that you had to go through. Then the victory. Sometimes it's hard to see certain things as a blessing because of the fact that you went through shit like this where you had to turn your back away. Open your heart. There's a reason why Spirit is saying this. And then look what the bottom card is. Stick with it. Number 44. It's an angel number. Stick with it. Keep going. See the light. See the positive in the bullshit. And it's not easy to do. So be compassionate with yourself. Don't be like, well, I was told that I need to be positive when the tower comes. Go through what you feel, but don't sit in that shit. Acknowledge it. I'm upset. I'm afraid. I'm angry. I'm whatever. Acknowledge it, but handle it. Like, know like what to do with it and be compassionate with yourself. Don't beat yourself up for what you're feeling or the fact that, oh, I'm not light and fluffy right now. I'm not love and light right now. Like, be honest with yourself. That's all the Spirit asks, and that's all that's required of you, is just to be real and authentic with yourself. A lot of this stuff, like, these things don't happen overnight with us. These are processes and programming. We have to reconstruct, like the tower. We have to reconstruct something that was built on faulty foundations with negative beliefs about ourselves, beliefs about love, people, lack mentalities, all of that. Like, this is something that needs to be released, and it is being released. So a lot of it's heart chakra stuff, because my heart chakra is, it feels, it's not pain, but it's like how I'm feeling it is like, it's kind of like it's being massaged. It's like warm. So say thank you to those things that the love, because this guy, either I'm taking this in two ways. I'm taking this as like people that don't know how to receive love because of what they've been through. No matter how much someone shows them that they are loved and cared for, whether it be the universe showing you through people or just spirit supporting you, the universe, things happening, you don't know how to really accept it. Say thank you for everything. Be grateful. A grateful heart is a powerful place to be. And for some of you, this could be like a message where you were this person that always gave love and it was never reciprocated. Say thank you for those experiences, because it made you stronger. And it takes courage to open your heart and still have love in your heart, and regardless of what you went through. And one of my sisters, I don't think she's on here, but Dara, if she ever watches this, she said, I'm just trying to love like I've never been hurt before. And that's real. I want to love like I've never been hurt before. And it's not just romantically. This is just in general. And love myself in the space where like I've never been hurt before. And I, like say to yourself, I've heard certain things growing up that I wasn't this and I wasn't that. Or whatever you went through, trauma, abuse, whatever it is. To love yourself like you've never went through those things, but those things happen for your higher good. It made you stronger, not like a hardened heart and a hard shell, but stronger, like I can endure, and I have wisdom, I have clarity, and I can also help people. You don't have to be a guru, you don't have to be a YouTuber or a public speaker to help people. It could be people in your life, in your environment that you can speak to and speak through them. Whether you have kids and you don't want them to go through the same thing as you, or you have siblings or cousins or people around you. You might be a stranger you feel led to talk to that went through something or that's going through something that you grew through. So you just never know. All right. I think that's all. And then I split the deck, get over yourself, came out again. Yeah. Again, we have to separate ourselves from our ego. Like, we really have to. And the ego is there to help us and navigate us too. As much as we demonize the ego in spiritual community, it's actually there to help us and navigate us as well. Like, we need that mirror. We need that contrast. Just like the shadow is needed to highlight the dark in things. We need that, that pressure. Diamond goes through pressure. It has to go through that in order to shine. So that sounds corny, but that's what I heard. That's what I got. So it is what it is. But I don't want to talk you guys' ear off any longer, but I needed to share that because I felt led to share that message. I heard it loud and clear. This is a season of tests. So as long as you do what you're supposed to do, you can't worry about what other motherfuckers do. And this person, I hope they get their just due. This person cheated on me, or this person lied to me, or this person was an asshole. They cut me off in traffic. Like, let that shit go. Like, let it go. What good does it serve you? That's whatever, however they handle the shit. But your thing, because you got your own little, energy that you're accumulating or whatnot. And that's what matters. Like, you want to put the good shit in whatever, karma. You want to build good karma. So, like, just all the other fuck shit is just not. And if you can help people in your spiritual journey and your soul tribe, your family members, and who or whatever, then that's even more beautiful because it's not just happening to you, it's happening to the collective. So if you can help other people through their shit, then why not? So I hope that my trial, tribulation and error and triumph or whatever the fuck I needed to go through and grow through, help somebody because it led me here. So to like deliver this message, and I thank God for it, and I thank my sister for helping me clear because it helped me to release that energy too that I was in. So shout out to her and anybody else that is of good energy and sending good energy, love, and intentions to me. I send love back to you guys as well, tenfold strength and all of that. You got it. It's there within you. I pray that you tap into it. You tap into that strength and that energy and know who the fuck you be and what you're about and what you're capable of and all of that good stuff. If it be in your will, if it be in your intentions and highest good, I wish that for you guys. So that is the reading. So I hope you guys resonated with it. I will be doing my bi-weekly tomorrow because tomorrow is like my deadline. So it's time for another bi-weekly. And yeah. If you guys would like to book a reading, you guys can hit me up. I'm available. I finished most of my readings. Or actually, I'm done with the previous ones. If you didn't get it, please let me know because I'm pretty sure I finished them. But anyone else that has booked a reading after January the 6th, your readings are coming too. So we're in alignment. We're on track now. We're good. For my knowledge, we're good. If not, email me. It's not a thing. We don't want no issues. I don't want no problem with none of my people. I took a break. Readers need breaks too. Okay, we need some breaks every now and then, even if it's not a vacation or some sort of holiday. Like, we just need time for ourselves. It's a lot, taking in a lot of energy over and over and over again. And I'll talk about that later too, because I don't feel like people give readers enough credit, because it's like we tap into multiple energies, a collective. Like, y'all gotta think about this. Like, think about it like this. Not just personal readings for clients. And on top of that, clients are asking about other people 9 times out of 10. You're usually asking about a love interest or something going on with other people in their life, right? So I'm tapping into all those energies. And on top of that, I'm doing readings like this where there's going to be hundreds to maybe 1,000 people that might tap in. I'm tapping to a collective. A collective is like more than what I can fathom in my mind, but the viewers, it is what it is, how many people tap into that. But I'm tapping into a collective energy. That's a lot of energy that I'm taking in, a lot that I'm channeling in informations and scenarios and this situation, that situation. Like, it's a lot. So energetically, it's going to weigh heavy on you. Like, people don't get that. They don't understand. And it like irks my soul when people like bash readers and talk about petty shit. Like, you shuffled wrong. No, it doesn't mean that. Oh, can you do this? Or why are you saying like this? Or this reading is this. Like, shut up. Like, stop. Like, it makes me so mad. Like, ugh, not just for me, but for other readers. Cause I know what goes into it. Like, some readers, they be doing, like, they be going in. Like, they do, every week they're doing 12 zodiac signs, or constantly putting up love readings, or editing their videos to do, you know, certain things. And it's just like, y'all just don't get it. Like, on top of that, we tapping into multiple energies, and y'all over here complaining about lighting and how someone shuffled, or you didn't like what that person said in the reading. Like, go sit down somewhere. Like, shut your ass up, for real. But anyway, yeah, it's a lot that goes into it. So, like, when we need a break, we need a break. And it's not that we're trying to practice bad things. And I'm going to say this for the record, too, that issue with the only person I ever had an issue with purchasing my decks. Again, it's a blessing. Like, I prayed to God that my decks would be a blessing to others as they bless me. It's a mutual equal exchange, that I would like to be blessed for the energy that I put into my decks. And I've been blessed that a lot of people have been purchasing my decks now. And I had that attack, and it helped me to learn, maybe to be more communicative of what's going on. But at the same time, though, it's always going to be tests. Like, people are going to, because it made me discouraged, like, oh, I don't want to have to go through this again. But then I'm like, no, this is an attack. This is a mistake. Like, not really a mistake, because a lot of it was outside of my hands. Like, once I pay for the product to be shipped out to you, the manufacturer, they give me the information. They tell me this is when they shipped it out. They give me a tracking number to give to the customer, and they also give me an estimated delivery time. So that whole situation was a mess, or either that person I was dealing with was just really impatient or just wanted to be rude to me. It doesn't even matter anymore. I know that I did what I was supposed to do. I did the right thing. I reached out to the company and asked them, like, okay, what's going on with this order? Because I was concerned, right? So again, like, it's a lot that goes into it. On top of that, I'm a one-man machine. Like, I'm doing all this shit by myself. I don't have an assistant or anything. I'm doing this shit by myself. So I'm still learning how to, like, navigate through all this, and I probably should get assistance and stuff like that sometime. But I'm doing all this by myself. So I would never want to she was pretty rude. I'm gonna be real. It is what it is. But and I was trying to be compassionate, like, okay, if it was me, I would be frustrated. I'd be like, okay, where's my shit? But I've ordered from that company before multiple times, and other people have purchased from me, and I've never got any complaints about the timing. I just was patient. I was patient about it. This, and I know it's a test. I know I'm not even gonna even keep going into that, because it's done. It's over. I did my part. It's Gucci. She's gonna get her deck. It is what it is. I don't care anymore. But the thing is what I'm saying, that this is a lot of work that goes into this, guys. Like, it is a lot. And as a reader, we do get attacked all the time, whether it be people that don't like what you say, or certain spirits are using people to just be assholes, and people are narcissists. And unfortunately, like they say, empaths attract narcissistic people. So don't ever think that narcissistic people ain't gonna watch your videos just to feed, talk shit about you, and like try to get that energy, but you cannot feed into it. It doesn't matter. And it goes back to, and I don't know why I'm saying this, maybe somebody on here is a YouTuber, I don't know. If you're a YouTube reader, you're thinking about doing it, do not be discouraged. It is what the fuck it is. But if you're on here for a purpose, because I don't believe everybody that's on here on YouTube doing readings is on here to help people genuinely. I kind of feel like it's a thing for some people, because everybody has a gift. I feel like we can, I mean, yeah, everybody has a gift, I feel. And some people really do, you know, are led to do this and help people. And some people are on here for the wrong reasons. But you can't worry about that. If you're called to do something, do not discourage yourself. I'm just speaking, but this is what I'm just being guided to say. It is what it is. But back to the situation where I was saying, like, it was out of my hands to some part, but I still tried to handle the situation. And I still got negative feedback from that person, even though I sent them proof of everything, what the conversation was, when the person sent the shit out, everything is there for that person to see. So I'm not worried about it, because I know that I did the right thing. and it does not even fucking matter anymore. But the thing is, again, you guys, please cut a bitch some slack. Okay? Thank you. You guys will get your reading. This has never been an issue, never been a thing. If it was, where I may have not seen that's a notification or something, like, it's always worked out. It's never an issue. Like, this right here, yes, money is an equal give and take. It's an energy exchange for the time and energy that I give you a reading. I actually think that I'm worth a little bit more than what I charge, but it is what it is. But I put a lot of energy into my readings. Even when I do my happy hours, I used to do them for $5. Now I'm doing them for $7.77. But I feel like I still put a lot of energy into even just those. Like, for real. Like, I'm almost like, some might be going in for like 30 minutes into one question. So that's a lot. But that's neither here nor there. It's not about the money. It's the spiritual aspect of it. Like, I love to read. I fucking love to do it. Like, I love to read for people. I love it. It's what the fuck I love to do. Yes, it gets tiring sometimes, and I kind of just want to, like, oh, I don't know if I could do this sometimes. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep, or I just want to take time for myself. But I fucking love reading. I do. I love to read. I love to do readings. I love to do random reads and pick a cards for fun and stuff like that. Like, I really enjoy, like, being creative and coming up with different stuff and helping people most of all. Like, that's what I feel like I can give. One of the things I feel like I can give back to people. That's why I invest so much in my decks. Like, I have like a whole library probably of cards, like a whole fucking library. But I love to read. I do. So I will continue to do what I do. And there's other things that I love to do as well, of course, and that will be expanded into. But yeah, it's not about the money per se. Like, yes, it's an equal give and take. Like I said, it's an energy exchange, but it's not all that what I do. So it's not about greed or nothing like, oh, she's trying to withhold my money. This bitch trying to keep my deck I paid for. No. And I'll say this again. Do not give me your money if you do not trust where your money's going. Because I get it. If you're already like suspect about it, like, oh, I don't know if I can trust this bitch, then do not send me your money. I would rather you not even be a client of mine. That's another thing. Not all clients are good clients. I've learned that a few times on my journey, that it's not all about that. And there's been times where I have a no refund policy for a reason, because certain people, like, scam situations I've had in the past where people get readings and then they like try to get their money back. I don't allow that anymore. I'll clarify something for you, or we can do an exchange for something if you didn't, you know what I mean, like that. But not all clients are good. I've had to refund some people's money back just based off of the way that they talk to me. In the past, I've given them their money back. So I'm like, I don't even want to read into your, I don't want your stank energy on me. Like, it's not happening. So no, I'll give you your money back, because I don't even want your money either. Like, not all money is good money, and that's an example. Like, no, I don't want your fucking money. Take it, be gone. I don't want that on me. So I don't just be reading for anybody. I use my discernment of who the fuck's coming in and who's going. But you live and you learn. So I learned my lesson with that situation that I spoke of with the deck or whatever. Let that be a testimony, and anybody, like, you know, you're gonna have that. Don't let it deter you, though, from doing something because you had one bad experiences or two. You can't please everybody. I'm sure Burger King has thousands of complaints. Sure, Panda Express has, you know, Forever 21, whoever, I don't know. Just H&M definitely got some complaints, you know, because they doing, you know, little racist stuff. But, you know, everybody gets complaints. Someone's going to come in and say, you put too much ketchup on my burger. Like, it's always going to be that. So it's all good. It's okay. Don't take an offense to it, okay? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm about to get off. That was it. We're all good. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. The message. The sex readings, I will keep those coming, even though they make me a little, you know, blushy and stuff. And, you know, we'll keep them coming because I do enjoy doing those as well. So I will keep things going on this channel. I will continue to come up with different topics. If you guys, I've gotten some emails about certain topics that people would like me to talk about, like more inner child stuff and more shadow work stuff, which is cool. I don't mind doing that. I'm trying to think about it. Right now, though, I'm more focused on my tarot class. I'm gonna do a tarot class soon. I'm just still like trying to figure out how I want to do it and the means and the platform and all of that. So you guys, those of you who would like to expand on your tarot journey, if you've already started tarot, you know, it never hurts to get different perspectives from other people or different insights and, you know, different elements into tarot maybe that you didn't see. Um, or if you're a beginner and you're thinking about starting tarot, or you want to be a reader and you already have a deck and you want to learn, I will get into all of that. So I'm just working on it. Hopefully by February next month, around that time in February, I'll let you guys know what's good with that. So that's something I'm working on. Other than that, I appreciate you guys as always, per usual. Those of you that support me, those of you who send me love and positivity and good energy, I send that back to you tenfold. I appreciate you, really. I'll be back on here tomorrow, or some people today. Tomorrow is there today, depending on where you are in the world. So, Sunday, the 19th, I'll be back. So much love. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you to everybody that joined, even if I didn't see all your names and everything you said. Much love to you. And that's the reading. Peace.